The exact moment that a World Cup kicks off on home soil, the energy inside the stadium absolutely explodes. But the 2026 tournament operates on a scale dwarfing previous years. Expanding from 32 to 48 teams means 104 matches across 16 cities. Spanning 3 borders, the US, Mexico, and Canada share the ultimate home soil expectation, winning while your own fans watch. That tension centered on Mexico City on June 11th, where Estadio Azteca served as the starting point for the entire tournament. The opening ceremony featured Shakira performing the official anthem, a choice that immediately signaled the massive cultural scale of the event. Joined by Burna, the performance established an electric atmosphere before the first whistle had even blown. But once the music finally stopped, the ceremony's pageantry was immediately replaced by the high-stakes reality of the opening matches. Mexico entered their opener against South Africa knowing that anything less than a convincing win would be seen as a failure by the home crowd. Al Qadsia forward Julian Quiñones provided the necessary relief, finding the back of the net to score the first goal of the 2026 World Cup. Mexico secured the 2-0 victory, but the match spiraled into a chaotic display of officiating. By the end of the night, South Africa had been reduced to just 9 men after 3 separate players were shown red cards. This diagram compares the location of the most disputed foul against the specific zone required for a clear goal-scoring opportunity red card. Even after a VAR review, the decision stood, despite the play appearing to fall outside those mandatory parameters. Jerome Boateng criticized the decision, arguing it was a yellow card foul rather than a sending-off offense. With 80,000 fans demanding a result, critics are now debating if the intensity of a home crowd creates a subconscious bias that even video technology can't filter out. Meanwhile, over in Guadalajara, the visiting nations proved they wouldn't be easily intimidated by the North American atmosphere. In the match between South Korea and Czechia, the European side struck first when Ladislav Krejci put the favored South Korean team on the defensive. South Korea dominated possession in response, with captain Son Heung-min repeatedly testing the Czech defense in a desperate search for an equalizer. The breakthrough finally came late in the game, as substitute Oh Hyung-yu completed a 2-1 comeback in the 80th minute. South Korea's survival sends a message to the remaining hosts. The visiting teams are here to win, and they won't be distracted by the spectacle. Day 2 shifts the focus to the remaining co-hosts, who now face the task of matching Mexico's opening result. Canada takes the stage at BMO Field in Toronto, marking the first time the country has ever hosted a World Cup match. They enter a high-pressure environment against Bosnia and Herzegovina, knowing the entire nation is expecting a historic performance. The responsibility for that performance falls largely on Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David, the faces of this Canadian generation. For Canada, a win isn't just about 3 points. It's about proving they can compete at the highest level on their own soil. The final match of the day sees the United States open their tournament in Los Angeles against Paraguay. SoFi Stadium will be filled with 70,000 fans, expecting the U.S. to take immediate control of their group. Coach Mauricio Pochettino has noted that the magnitude of the stage is so significant that it essentially does the job of motivating the players for him. This data outlines 13 specific metrics recently published by ESPN, which suggests that the current U.S. roster is statistically capable of competing for the title. Much of that statistical hope is built around Christian Pulisic, who remains the central figure of American expectations. Maurice Edu argues this opening night is Pulisic's opportunity to be recognized as the greatest player the U.S. has ever produced. Between an expanded field and the weight of hosting, these opening results will dictate the momentum of the entire tournament. Let me know in the comments who handles the noise tonight and who falls short. I'll see you after the final whistle.